Welcome to Eden Park, Auckland, New Zealand for this exciting matchup in a game of rugby. Rugby, that's R-U-G-B-Y. Thank you. Rugby, the sport that Americans forgot. My name is Brant McManning, and with me as always my partner in crime, Malcolm McDuffie. Malcolm, how are you today? Oh, very good, Brent. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure as always. You played a little bit of rugby yourself, didn't you? Yeah, I did for about a week, and then they stopped me. They had to stop me, and the court case is ongoing. Right. Well, we won't get into that right now, but what do you see for these two teams? Oh, New Zealand's got a great team, the All Blacks. Yes, the All Blacks. The All Blacks, a famously racist team, only recently allowed white players on their team. Yeah, and you can see now, look at the lineup, there's a lot of white, shiny faces on this team. They're going to be, now we're going to look at the Australian team. Who is the key player for the Wallabies? You're definitely looking at Cooper. Now, I know him from prison. He's an Australian team wearing yellow to symbolize the Australian people's insatiable lust for gold. And now, rugby, a game that always starts with a dance. Every time these two teams square off, we have judges from 10 different countries. Whoever has the best dance gets the ball first. And you can see we're going to show you the winning dance here. New Zealand won a lot of points here for style, didn't they? Yeah, they really do. They take their dancing seriously in New Zealand, and this is an example of that. It's very exciting. We can't show you the Australian dance. No, we can't. We can't do that because they used a wombat, and of course if you use an animal in your dance you're automatically disqualified. I mean, when I played for Scotland for a week, just a week, we used a lizard. There's the kick to Williams. Scotty McBride and takes the ball, and there's a lot of people sort of sitting around there, and there's the ball. He throws it backwards, which is interesting, isn't it? And here he is, and he's free, but he kicks it away. He had no one in front of him, and yet he just kicked it away. And here's Carford Gear for New Zealand. He's down on the ground, and it's going to be another pile of bodies and sweaty men. Here's a pitch back, and it's picked up off the ground by Carter. Carter getting tackled again, and he pitches it back to no one in particular, and it's in the end zone, and he goes out of bounds. That has to be a safety. What? No, they're going to do a carried back by New Zealand. That's some kind of penalty, I guess, here. Yeah, do you know this game at all, Brent? Not really. All right, now they're pushing each other, and this is a perfect time to talk about the rules of rugby, but no time at all. Smith goes down. Smith gets the tackle, for the All Blacks, and now it's another pile of sweaty men. And here we go again. We're going to pick up the ball off the ground and probably pitch it back. Yeah, you can't, you have to pitch it back. You can't throw it forward. Oh, right, that's right. All right, here it is. Pitch it back. There's a pitch to Carter. Carter to and he goes out of bounds. An in touch. An in touch. It's better than an out touch, Yeah. Here's the pitch, and the ball's on the ground. The ball is loose. It's going out of bounds one more time. Sloppy play by Australia. Yeah, really disappointed. I mean, if you're an Australian at this point, you're throwing stuff at the TV. And there's the jump tap to Cohen. Cohen again on the ground. No one seems to be able to run very far with this ball. And they're back on the ground scrambling for the ball. I think this is a good time if you want to talk a little trash to the other side, isn't it? Yeah, this is the time, you talk about their mothers and their sisters and their brothers and their cousins, and you say nasty things to them. But it's also time to say good things about someone, isn't it? I mean, you can't you? Yeah, I mean, I always use this time in the game, when we were in a little bit of a mashup there. I wrote a note and I put, "Do you like me? Check yes or no." And Swati, and free. He's got Smith. Smith is free. He's on the way to the end zone, and he puts the ball down, and that means 5 points. What a run by number 13, Conrad Smith. Conrad Smith, the legendary television actor and now rugby star, made a clean transition to the game. And you can see him there taking a break. You deserve it, Smith. And Daniel Carter from the famous New Zealand sitcom Bikini Bottoms will now be kicking off. Here he places the ball. And I don't know why he didn't line up in front of the goal, but off to the side anyway. The kick is right through the uprights. Very good. Yeah, he's a great kicker. You want that surety. You know, when you kick an extra point, you want a guy like Carter in there to kick it through. All right, here it is in Australia, kicking off again. I guess it's winners outs, I suppose, in rugby. And another pile up, and you were saying you pass notes to people when this would happen in your game. And here is another. What are they doing now? This is called a scrum, I think. You think? Yeah, I don't know the game very well, you know. Alrighty, and Gearin, it picks it up for New Zealand, and it's another very sloppy ball handling here by Australia. Ball now, Cowan pitches it back to Williams. Williams is in the clear. Williams gets tackled. He pitches it back to Carter. Carter's in the clear. Carter gonna get tackled. No, pitches off to Smith. Smith has the ball. Smith is still going. Smith is still on his feet. Smith is down, and they're gonna take it again off the ground. It is back to Smith. Smith in the clear, and he gets tackled again. Good tackling by Australia. I think a guy's in the clear, and suddenly magically he appears on the back of someone. And before he can go out of bounds, Smith out to back to Woodcock. Woodcock in the clear. Woodcock trying to find a man to pitch it back to. He can't do that. New Zealand, and we're going to the half. That's it. I guess that's the half of play. New Zealand up 7-0 here at the half, and look at the stats here. Possession 59%. Australia 41%. You think it was more than that, didn't you? Yeah, you do. And when you got 51%, you can expect, you can expect good things. But Australia should feel lucky. They're only down by 7. Here's McCaw taking the kickoff, and he goes down, and ball's back on the ground. If you're Australia, what do you got to do at this point to get back in the game? You've got to, you've got to think about, pitching the. Controlling the ball. Did you have a few drinks before we started the second half? No, what? I'm fine. All right, here's another scrum. This is where they pass the notes back and forth. And see, if you like me, press click check yes or no. Australia, and look at this fancy pitching back and forth. McCaw takes him down. And New Zealand gets possession. They get the ball back again. Australia can't maintain possession for too long. Hoare with the ball. Hoare gets smashed in the face. I hope he's all right. Fourth, what a sloppy mess here, but All Blacks get back their possession. And they kick it inexplicably. It's a dead ball by New Zealand. Why would you do that? That's a strange strategy, you know. The open hits another pitch, and another in touch by New Zealand. Well, this is folks, if you're watching, if you're a young rugby player watching this right now, you're saying, you want to be like them, but I don't think you should learn how to pass better. Have you been drinking as well? And Australia with and New Zealand All Blacks, and they're out of bounds again. Good gracious, and it's time to pause the game and take a bite of toast. We're back. The door. Here's another scrum. Wow, they're really pushing them very hard towards their own goal. And we're into extra time here. This is stoppage time. This game is almost over. It looks like the All Blacks have it. They're going to escape with a narrow victory here today. But really, it wasn't that difficult, was it? No, Australia didn't really give them any sort of... and here's Franks. Franks is open. Franks is on the ground. We might see just one more score here before right time is up. And he's going to pitch back. He's got Smith wide open for the pass and a touchdown. No, it's not a touchdown. It's a try. It's a try. But a very good try that scored 5 points. Let's look at the replay again here. It's on the ground. And right there, you think he's going to go on himself, but very smart passes it back. And it's one more time. Conrad Smith. I don't know if that's really his name. Well, let's check it out. Sliding on the ground in celebratory fashion. One more time. Daniel Carter with the kick. Daniel Carter moving the ball strategically, lining up those white lines, very important with your Xbox 360 controller. And the kick is good, folks. That's it. The game is over. All Blacks shut out Australia 14-0. What do you think about this game? Oh, I thought it was very, you know, not much happened. A bunch of guys running around and throwing balls backwards and then picking it up and then, you know, sort of locking arms and heads and things like that. Yep, pretty much what I saw. All right, folks. And as always, the losers hold their necks and heads because they must really hurt. Here are the stats, folks. Tries. 2 tries for New Zealand. 2 successful tries, I might add. You don't just try in this game, because actually, if just trying in rugby, I guess, is okay. You don't actually have to succeed. Conversions. 2 conversions, of course. Carter Smith with the 2 tries. Smith, he was on fire today for Australia. A big basket of eggs. 0-0-0. Let's look at the other stats. Possession, of course, 73% for the All Blacks. Amazing. Australia only 27. I mean, if you can't expect to win the game like that. And we're going back to the main menu, folks. Thank you for watching. For Malcolm McDuffie, I'm Brant McManning. Folks, we'll see you next time on Rugby Challenge.